Welcome back to CrimeDoor TV. I'm Sydney Schofield. It's time now to take a trip back in crime history. Richard Cox began his military career after graduating high school in Mansfield, Ohio. He volunteered for the U.S. Constabulary and was assigned to a unit in Germany before making the decision to apply to West Point Military Academy in 1948. Once he was at the academy, he continued to excel, ranking in the upper third of his class with no blemishes on his record. On January 14, 1950, Cox was coming back from an Army basketball game when he stopped to talk with a man described as a neatly dressed civilian. The 21-year-old then returned to his room to change into his full uniform and told his roommate he was going out to dinner with his friend at a nearby hotel. He signed out at 5:45 that night and was never seen again. When Cox did not return, a search was initiated by the Military Police and Criminal Investigation Division. They called his family and friends, combed the grounds of the academy, drained a nearby pond, and dragged a reservoir looking for the missing cadet. Local police and the FBI joined in on the search. Months went by with no sign of Cox. Before his disappearance, Cox was in regular contact with his family. He phoned and wrote to both his widowed mother and his fiancée. Neither woman heard from him after January 14th. However, 1 week before his disappearance, Cox received a call from a man named George. A few days later, a visitor named George came to the academy asking for Cox. Witnesses say the two shook hands and appeared to be friendly. It was assumed that this was the civilian man Cox was seen talking to and the person he met for dinner the night he disappeared. Despite searches for George, police were never able to identify him. West Point continued to call Cox's name at roll call every morning before removing his name from the list in March of 1950. 7 years after he vanished, Cox was declared legally dead by the state of Ohio. His case remains unsolved.